everybody, and welcome to Frikanih Effects, where I'm gonna show you today how to make a mixtape cover, one like this one that you can see over here. For making this, you're gonna need some PNG images, for with a alpha background and imagination. And I'm real serious about this. You need a lot of imagination. You can use some, covers for as a reference at the beginning, but later on you will gonna need a lot of imagination. I put this as a normal difficulty tutorial because it's not really too hard, but the first time that you make it can cause you some trouble. But it's really up to putting one image over another one and putting some filters, you'll see. So this is basically done on Photoshop, so we're gonna head right into it. And the first thing that you're gonna do is taking the image that you want. I'm gonna be using this one that you can see over here. We want to remove the background, so we're gonna import that image into Photoshop. And what we're gonna do is take this tool that you can see over here. We're going to zoom in a little bit, and we're just going to select our character like this. I'm doing it a little bit fast because I already have this image on alpha mode. And when you have already selected everything, select this will be okay. You can just click on here. It's not here, sorry. You can click there, and then you will want to come here to properties and to mask edge. And here you can play around a little bit with the options that it gives you regarding the mask. You can zoom in a little bit to see it properly. You can select if you want only the alpha background on white or on black, and then you can play around here with the smoothness, with the feather, contrast. So play around a little bit until you get the result that you want. And then finally, when you have already your alpha made, you will have to create a new image. We're gonna make it 800 by 800, I think will be okay. So okay, we will head right into it. The first thing that we would like to do is thinking a little bit how we're gonna make our composition. It's always good if you can draw a little bit, like you can take a pencil and put the opacity up. And maybe we can draw here like we have the floor here. We will have some palm trees, a background city. Here we have a car or a character over here. Then a helicopter. This is supposed to be a helicopter, okay? The moon, and have a basic composition about what we're going to be creating. This is obviously something that I did really fast, so don't mind about it. So okay, we're going to start with it. I'm going to first of all drop my background footage. Well, image. I always say footage. So I'm going to put it, over here, and I'm going to invert it. Something like that over there, more or less. And I'm going to put now all of the images that I'm going to be using are images that I found over the internet. Then I have here a floor, and I put it around here. I'm gonna make it look like it's something like this, more or less. I can put a background image a little bit more on top, something like that. And I would like to add a background city. Maybe I will make it bigger. I'm going to add my character right over here on top. I'm also gonna add now the car that I said before. I have a car over here, and going to invert it, transform, flip horizontal. Okay. And I think I will put it maybe a little bit more over this area. Something like this. Maybe I can make him even bigger. Something like that will look okay. Now we're gonna add some palm trees at the background. Again, all of the images that I'm using are images that you can easily find on the internet. You just have to put, like, for example, car PNG, palm tree PNG, you know, everything. Sorry about my voice, I got a cold, as you can see. I'm gonna put another one over here, more or less. That looks nice. Something like that. Okay, now I'm gonna put the moon over here. I'm gonna put it at the background, behind the city. This is more or less the basic composition that we talked about, and now we will have to proceed with the integration, you know, to make everything look like it's part of the same image. So first of all, we're gonna create a new layer. Okay, we're gonna put it below our character here, and we're gonna create shadows. So we're gonna take the pencil tool, gonna put black color, make it a little bit bigger, the hardness completely 0, and also the opacity I'm gonna put it very low, and the flow. And we're just going to draw a little bit in the floor to make it look like he's there. We're gonna put a little bit of shade over this area because the car is supposed to emit light over here, so the shadow is supposed to come like this, more or less. Alright, now we're going to add another layer. Well, actually not. Actually, I'm just going to duplicate this layer. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to turn off the one that I have at the bottom. And I'm gonna edit a little bit the light on my character. First of all, I'm just having the pencil or the rubber, whatever, I'm just going to click on him. Say OK. And now I'm gonna take this tool that we have over here that is for making it brighter or making it darker. So it's going to select a little bit over here like this. Just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing for the opposite side, especially over this area that is where he's supposed to have the car of the light of the car. Gonna make it a little bit brighter of this area also. Something like that, more or less. Over here. Okay. So it starts to look a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it looks better. Obviously, if you have some more objects over here, you should put also some shadows. You should take this layer that we created, make some shadows, for example, here in the palm tree, or in case the car, for example, didn't have any kind of shadows, which is not the case, you could also make some shadows over here, you know, to make it look more part of the image. But I think I'm leaving it like that by now. I'm going to delete that last thing. So okay, this starts to look even better now. Now we could add, for example, some smoke to it. That's a thing that I really like to do for feathering a little bit all those mistakes. Adding some smoke footage. Again, I said footage. Image. Putting it on top and putting it maybe to screen mode. Can make it a little bit bigger. Something like that. And maybe put the opacity down. Then we can take this other one. Over here, we'll put it on screen mode. Okay. I'm gonna make the size of the rubber bigger, and then remove those hard edges. Something like that. I think that this one's gonna be too much, maybe. Screen mode, and delete the hard edges. No, it doesn't look that bad. Looks okay. Alright, now we're going to add a little bit of more details, especially over here. I said that I was gonna put a helicopter, which I have right over here. I don't know if putting it like that or maybe like this will look better. I think over here, more or less. I think it looks nice like that. Okay, and now we're gonna add some optical flares, which is always the ultimate help for everything. So I have some here. This one, for example, I'm going to put it right on the helicopter. I'm gonna put it very small, like that, and I'm going to delete that red dot that it has over here. All the optical flares, you can put it on screen mode, but I always like to put it on add mode because it looks more integrated. I'm gonna make it even smaller, something like that, and we're going to put the here. Over here, I'm gonna change the color to red, and you can now maybe duplicate it. Put another one over there. I'm actually gonna delete that one. Just keep it like that. And now I'm gonna add some other optical flares that I have. For example, this one. Over there looks okay. I don't know where to put it exactly. I think I'm gonna leave it here. Put this one to add mode, and then we change it on the hue. We're gonna put this one maybe an orange color, and then we will add some other optical flares to the car, to the lights. I'm always using the same optical flare because, you know, it's just to make you an idea, but obviously you can use, well, you should use different optical flares, different images, you know, just to try how it looks one another and another one. I'm gonna put this a little bit smaller, something like this. And now I think that it's very commonly done on mixtapes is that the character looks a little bit like a cartoon. I haven't done it in this one because you know, it's only done in the skin and there's almost no skin in this picture, but I'm gonna do it just to show you what is very commonly done, especially if you have an image in which there's a lot of skin or whatever. They usually take this tool, they put very low strength, something like this, and very low size, and they just start doing it like this, like you know, making it like a perfect skin. You can see almost no difference in here because as I said, it's a small image and, you know, you can see almost no difference. But if you're using a big image in which a very big face is seen, you will see it how after making this thing to the wall body, you know, when you can see skin, it looks like like a cartoon. Actually, I have an example over here. I'm gonna just, okay, this one for example. You can see over here that his face is totally like a cartoon. It's, I don't know, this one for example, so it looks really strange, but it's how the mixtapes are done. So okay, now we can maybe add some more filters, but before that I'm just going to add some more details to it. I'm just looking where, okay, here. I'm gonna add another optical flare over here, and I'm going to add it to the moon. I'm gonna put it on add mode, and I'm going to put the opacity down, and I'm also gonna put all the saturation down so that it looks like this. Maybe not completely down, but I'm going to change it to a bluish tone, something like this. And I have here another thing. For example, this is an alpha of a cat. It was the cat of my friend that I took him a photo, and I just thought it was gonna be fun if I put him on the picture just over there. And then obviously I will have to take the layer, this one, making a little bit of shadow over here to make it look like he's actually there, just like that. Maybe we could even edit a little bit of the, where's the cat, here. Okay, add a little bit more of shine over this, just like that. Okay, so I just realized that the image that I'm using here, the background looks really blurred, so I'm just going to delete that one, and I'm gonna add another one that I found on the internet that looks much better. Just gonna add it over here and make it a little bit bigger, something like this. And you can see that it has some rough edges, some white edges over here, so we would like to change that a little bit. I'm gonna put it a little bit more up over there. You would like to change that by taking the tool of selecting, just selecting everything. Okay, everything is selected, more or less. And now you would like to again click on here and do as I told you before, going to the mask edges tool and just putting everything down. And I'm going just to put the shift edge, just completely down, and then start playing around a little bit with the values until you get rid of those edges. I think will look okay like this, more or less. And now you can play around also with the depth of field. You know, you can blur the background and play around a little bit with it. But I'm gonna be now adding a rain, something like this. And this one should be on top of everything. Top of everything over there. And I will make it this one's screen mode. Maybe screen is too much, just lighting will work out. And maybe even put the opacity a little bit down. Sad. Now I'm just gonna leave it on add mode and put the opacity down, something like that. Okay, so this is looking pretty cool to me. This tutorial is getting a little bit long, so we're going to end up already. I'm just going to add some dirt footages on top because it's supposed to be raining. So I'm just going to add something like this, put it right on top. I'm putting it, I think, in light mode will work out. Maybe screen, it's too much. Maybe we can just get some curves tool and adjust them a little bit so that it looks like this, like we have all those flares over there. And I would like to add a gradient map. I'm going to put it below the dirt image. And we would like to change a little bit the colors that we have. So I'm just going to keep the black over there like that, and I'm going to associate the whites to a to a soft blue, something like that. I would like now to put this song on soft light, and we'll see how this changes a little bit the look. I'm going to add another color over there, blue, like this one, maybe not that saturated, and you can play around. Just going to keep it over there, and you can also add a curves tool to change a little bit, maybe if it's too dark or if you want some more contrast. Just going to keep it like that. This is basically the idea, more or less, on what you would like to do. Then afterwards you can even add a new layer, put it below the two adjustments layer that we created. You would like to put this layer on add mode, take the pencil tool, put the size up, the opacity very down, very low, put it on white, and maybe make some highlights where you want some more light. For example, over here, if you want some background lights. It's not the case here, but if you would have some background lights, over here, maybe in the moon, just click a little bit over there to create more sense of, lightness, more sense of contrast. Now you can put, this very typical thing that we can see in almost all the mixtapes. We'll put it right on top. I think that actually I'm going to put it in the opposite side. And then some textures like this one, so that it looks like it's an old vinyl. Maybe something like that. We can put this one to lighter mode. This will make a retro look. I'm going to take the curves and put them down. And this was basically the tutorial. It's about, as you saw, putting one image over another one and playing a lot with all the different options of layers and adjustment of colors and saturation and everything. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, that you found it helpful somewhere. And I really hope that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and let me know if there's anything else that you would like to know about Photoshop or After Effects, and I will do my best to help you. And I really hope to see you in my next tutorial. So see ya!